Hey, how's it going, Houston Fence Company? My name is Byron. I believe I spoke to Anna over the phone just a few moments ago about sending this video over. I've been meaning to reach out to you guys for quite some time now. I'm very familiar with your company. I've seen your trucks throughout the city of Houston for a couple of years now, if I'm not mistaken. But I work with companies throughout the United States. I help these companies improve their online presence, and it's the sole reason why I wanted to reach out to you guys. As you know, having an online presence in 2023 is very important for a business. In fact, it's very critical. We're in digital age now. What I mean by digital age is that most businesses are promoting, advertising, and marketing themselves on the internet now. So, with that being said, I wanted to show you a few options on how you can improve your online presence and how you can attack this day and age. When your future customers are looking for fencing services throughout the greater Houston area, chances are they're coming into Google like most people when they're trying to find a solution to a problem, right? They tend to come into Google. They put these specific keywords in, which is going to be fence installation. They're going to hit search. And the first thing that most people typically see when a page opens up is what's known as the Google Ads section. This is the first thing that most people typically see. And believe it or not, a lot of businesses, and I mean a lot of businesses, are coming into Google and they're paying to have these ads put up here. But here's the thing. The beauty of this section is that you're only ever charged when someone clicks on this ad. So in order for Atlas Fence Company to be charged, someone has to click on this link right here, which is also called an headline. If no one clicks on this, then this company will not be charged for running an ad. Right below the ad section is called the Google Maps section. Right below the Google Maps section is called the organic or SEO section. And these are the three main ways that most businesses are bringing in customers now. And the whole goal is to have you within one of these first couple of ad spots. I want to repeat myself. The whole goal is to have you within one of these first couple of ad spots. And we can do that by providing you with a really good landing page that will convert traffic into phone calls, form submissions, or a combination of the two. And there's a few different tools we typically like to use to make this whole thing possible in order to get you within one of these first couple of ad spots. The first tool I want to talk about is called Google Keyword Planner. And Google Keyword Planner is where we go to see how much volume a certain keyword is generating per month. So as you can see, fence installation in the greater Houston area. I say greater Houston because I'm targeting the entire Houston DMA. So I'm targeting cities surrounding Houston, such as Spring, Katy, Sugar Land, Pasadena, Pearland, and so on. So in the entire greater Houston area, fence installation is being searched between 100 to 1,000 times per month, and the cost per click is about $4.68. What this cost per click typically means is that, say for instance, someone goes into Google and they put this specific key phrase in, which is fence installation. So they put fence installation in, they hit search, and they click an ad. They click this ad right here, right? As soon as you click this ad, the company who's running this ad campaign will be charged exactly $4.68. So if I were to click this ad right here, then Atlas Fence Co. will be charged exactly $4.68 each time I click on this ad. Keep in mind that a decent conversion rate for paid ads is about 10%. So if you're hitting 10% on your conversion rate from running ads, you're doing a pretty good job. What that means is that if you were to run an ad, 10% of the people who are actually calling you, or 10% of the people who are actually calling you, will be calling you about, coming to provide them services. So they'll be calling you to come out to their homes, their complex, or their office building, or whatever the case may be. 10% of those people who are clicking on your ad will be inquiring about your services, or they'll be filling out forms on your landing page. So having a 10% conversion rate is like pretty good. To summarize this whole section up, if you were to run an ad, or if Houston Fence Company were to run an ad for fence installation at the moment, they could be landing fence installation jobs for about $46.80 because, like I said, a decent conversion rate for paid ads is about 10%. So you just times the number by 10, and you could be paying for what you could be paying for more for about at least $46.80 a lead. Another decent tool I like to use is called SpyFu. And what SpyFu does is it allows us to see how our competition is performing as it pertains to ads. So you just put your competition's URL in here, you hit search, and what this does is it brings up your opponent's stats. So as you can see, Atlas Fence Company is paying for 120 keywords per month. They're generating 71 clicks, which is pretty good, and their ad budget is close to $1,300 per month. And what ad budget typically means is that this is the amount of money that they're paying just to run ads. Another cool thing about this tool is that it allows you to see, or it allows us to see, your competitions, your competition within the area, shall I say. So these are all of the companies within the greater Houston area who's running ads. So that's a nice thing about this tool is that not only does it allow us to see, how our competition is performing, but it allows us to see everyone in the area who's also running ads. To summarize this whole video up, Google has a quality score, right? And that quality score will make or break your ad campaign. That quality score is broken down into three metrics. The first metric I want to talk about is called ad relevance. And what ad relevance typically means is, does whatever you're searching within your Google search engine, does it match your ad headline? If it doesn't match your ad headline, or if it doesn't match ad headlines, then chances are your ad will be deducted. And when your ad is deducted, your ad might not show up most of the time. It might show up on page 2, but it won't show up on page 1. If it's not showing up on page 1, you're not getting any clicks on your ad. And when you're not getting any clicks, you're not bringing in any customers. And when you're not bringing in any customers, you're not bringing in any revenue. So you want to be sure that these two things match. You want to be sure that fence installation shows up somewhere within your ad headline. Like I said, this is called an ad headline. So the next thing I want to talk about is your click-through rate. That's the second thing that Google tends to grade. Your click-through rate is just basically how often is someone clicking on your ad versus your competition. So in order to have someone clicking on your ad more than they are your competitions, you want to have something called silent extensions. These right here are called silent extensions. And silent extensions are used to basically tell customers the type of services that you provide, right? So if you do fence repairs, fence installation, wood fence repairs, wood fence installation, chain link fence repairs, chain link fence installations, you want to use silent extensions to describe the numerous of services that you provide. So you want to use silent extensions to provide as much information about the services that you provide as possible to the customer. You also want to use silent extensions if you work in multiple locations. So if you work in Sugar Land, Katy, Pasadena, Pearland, and so on, you want to use silent extensions to describe your locations. You want to use silent extensions to describe your phone number. So if you have multiple offices or multiple phone numbers, you want to use silent extensions for those as well. You want to use silent extensions to give the customers as much information as possible about your day-to-day business operations. The last, final, and most important thing that Google really grades your ad campaign by is something called your landing page. And your landing page, this is an example of a landing page we typically use. And we use this landing page because, number one, it converts really well. We've seen a substantial amount of traffic from running this landing page. We've seen a substantial amount of revenue being generated from running this landing page as well. And the reason why we've garnered so much revenue from running this landing page is because, number one, it has something called multiple calls of action. What I mean by calls of action is that we have a phone number right here. We have a phone number right here. We have an email us right here. We have a contact us button right here. We have a get quote form right here where customers can go and fill out the form and describe the type of services that they want. We also have a get quote button right here and a get quote button right here. So altogether, we have at least 7 calls of action. What I mean by call of actions is, how often is your landing page telling customers to contact you? Google likes this because what calls of action does is it allows customers to contact you immediately as soon as they land on your site. So we've given the customer 7 different ways to contact us. Google also likes for landing pages to have something called key phrases or keywords within them. What I mean by keywords or key phrases is, does this specific word or does your landing page have these specific keywords that customers will look for as it pertains to searching for fencing companies or fencing services? Keywords such as fence installation. So will a customer go into Google and put the word fence installation in when they're looking for a fencing service? Yes, they will. Will they use keywords such as fence repair when they're looking for specific fencing companies? They will. Will they use things such as fence replacements? Will they use wood fence repairs? Would they use chain link fence repair and so on? Would they use all of those specific key phrases when they're looking for fencing services? Chances are they will. So you want to make sure that whatever you're searching in here also matches your landing page. So you want to be sure that you have key phrases within your landing page, because if you have key phrases within your landing page, those key phrases will tend to be some of the phrases that people will use when they're looking for fencing companies. Last and final and most important thing when it comes to your landing page, you want to make sure that your landing page is mobile responsive. What I mean by mobile responsive is, does your landing page show up on iPhones? Does it show up on Androids? Does it load up pretty fast on iPhones? Does it load up pretty fast on Androids? Does it load up pretty fast on tablets? Does it load up pretty fast on Kindles? If it does, chances are you'll be bringing in a decent amount of traffic and a decent amount of customers. If it doesn't, Google will deduct points from your ad, or it will deduct points from your landing page, because who wants to sit there on their phone all day and wait for your landing page to load, right? So you want to make sure that your landing page is loading up pretty fast on mobile devices. Now that I showed you everything as it pertains to how Google Ads work and how to run a successful Google ad campaign, I showed you, your ad relevance. I talked to you about click-through rate. I talked to you about landing pages. If this is something that you're interested in, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Byron. You can call me at 832-388-7490. I'll be happy to have a more extensive conversation with you guys. Like I said, I'm very familiar with your company. My name is Byron. I help companies throughout the entire United States with improving their online presence and running Google Ads. And if Google Ads is not something that you're if Google Ads is not something that you're interested in, you can still like take this video and save it for later, because if not now, then maybe later on you will be. Once again, my name is Byron. Have a great day.